Hi, and thank you again for staying with us and joining us on another segment of New England Veterans Liberty House, Veterans Serving Veterans. Again, we're going to continue on with our guest, Mr. Marvin Pena, the hard-charging, motivated individual that is doing a lot for his community. Not just his community, to be honest. He's reached out to me a few times and he's donated to our cause here in the Merrimack Valley area. So we're really appreciative of that. But before we start getting into a dialogue here, I want to go ahead and read a little bit about this individual, and I'm going to get to you so you can tell me a little bit about what the Boston Wounded Veteran Run, or VET.
Boston Wounded Vet Run.
Boston Wounded Vet Run is all about and who created it. But I think that I want to. You sent this email to me, and I was just compelled to talk about it because, and I just read it about. I paid more attention to it, should I say, about a couple of minutes ago here, and I'm totally impressed with what this gentleman had to endure, a fellow veteran, and coming out the other side like a champ. So the Boston Annual Wounded Vet Bike Run, inspired by Corporal Vincent Mannion. Brodier?
Yes.
Okay. I know I butchered your last name and I apologize about that. Blame it on Marvin. It began in 2011. One of the most severely wounded veterans in the nation. Vinny is the recipient of the Bronze Star and Purple Heart. While serving in Iraq in 2007 with the 82nd Airborne, Vinny was critically injured by an insurgent's improvised explosive device. After surviving 40 operations and a year-long coma, Vincent has become an inspiration for people throughout the nation. All the proceeds from the Vinny's Run went into creating a handicap accessible living space for Vinny. Every year, Boston Wounded Vet Run will be dedicated to a different disabled veteran. Proceeds raised to go towards housing modifications, recreational objects, cars, basic living items, and other things that help improve the quality of life for a wounded war hero. The event is sponsored by the Italian-American War Veterans. Boston Wounded Vet Run is a 501c3 nonprofit charity. Money raised in the name of this organization benefits selected wounded veterans and charities of their choosing. All volunteers work free and there are no paid staff. I like to hear that. Just it means a lot to me more, and I keep saying that. I'll briefly touch about that. They fought and we ride and correction. So there's no paid staff. They fought and we ride a bike run honoring the wounded veterans of New England. Let me touch on that real quick, on a 501c3. There's other organizations out there, Marvin, that I'm sure that you know about, that we won't mention as a courtesy. But there's organizations that started off small, and now they're just, in my eyes, too big for their britches. I don't believe that a 501c3 nonprofit organization that's certified with the state of Massachusetts or across the country, I don't believe that their CEO or whether it's a CEO, whether it's a program manager, whether it's whatever other title you choose to give that individual, the CEO, I just don't think that they should be making a six-figure salary on a nonprofit organization. I've started this organization straight from my living room, and it's been 2.5 years since I've done it, and I haven't taken a pay. And I don't need accolades. I don't need a pat in the back about it. It's something that I wanted to do, and it's the right thing to do. Yes, I think that once the organization gets a little higher, the board of directors always came up to me and said, JT, we need to start giving you a salary. And I said, you know what? I'll tell you when it's time. Right now, we're only making $300,000 a year. If I take a salary of $70,000 a year, what is that? How much money is that taken away from actual veterans that really need it? And believe me, I need it. I get it, because I'm just about this much over the poverty line. But I choose not to do that. And in that point that I reached the $1 million mark, which I know we will, I still don't need to be taking a six-figure salary.
Sure, no, we take pride in that. We take pride in that nobody gets paid.
It's awesome.
Even we don't have actually overhead right now.
That's
And
freaking awesome.
we everything's run out of BLW Post in East Boston, and we have the meetings there. We have everything that we do out of there.
Yeah.
So nobody gets paid. Nobody,
Wow.
we
That's
don't have
good.
overhead. So 100%, every single penny that you will see is gonna go into some capacity to helping out that veteran.
There's no, not to put you in the spot, Marvin, man. And when I hear that as a businessman and an entrepreneur, and when I hear that 100% of all the proceeds are going, I have a hard time with that because I know the business world. So clarify it up for me. I mean, there's not 1 cent that's going out for energy bills. There's not 1 cent that's going out for marketing. There's not. I mean, there's got to be.
Well, for
some type.
this year, yeah, we spent some money on marketing.
Okay.
But obviously to get the people out there.
But it's still good. I mean, if it's going
exactly.
for like the marketing and the to keep your lights on.
Well, that's the thing. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about overhead. We don't have to worry about electricity because everything's run out of the BFW Post. They have their own overhead, so we don't have to worry about having to pay those bills. We don't have to worry about that. Most of the money that we actually spend our money on is to get the veterans out there, to put them up on a hotel the night before they run, to put up.
Yeah, but I'm talking specifically just the organization itself, because obviously it's these T-shirts and maybe the bracelets and stuff like that. Those are the things that you guys spend the money on. You guys not spending it on a paid staff. You guys are spending it for the marketing.
Some of the stuff is actually donated.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff like T-shirts, it's donated. So a lot of the, like I said, a lot of the stuff that we actually pay ourselves.
You go out there and try to.
So if we need something, we're like, all right,
let's reach out to the community.
Exactly. What do we need?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, cool. We have some donations from this place, and we can allocate that towards advertisement, towards the T-shirts.
Yep.
Like this year, we got challenge coins.
Nice.
And that's challenge coins. We were funded.
Is that donated?
Yes, partially donated.
Partially?
Yes, and the way
it was expensive. I tried to get some on my own.
So we got 500 of those.
Wow.
And we got to the point right now where we broke even. We haven't even got to the event yet. And we broke even on that, and now every proceed.
Are you selling those Challenger coins on your website
online,
or something?
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the Boston Wounded Vets Run. Please tell us a little bit about. And I know that you just recently joined them, so I'm not going to hold you to the fire as regards the whole mission statement. I'm not going to do that to you. But tell us a little bit about what Boston Wounded Vet Run is and why they do. Why is it in existence now?
Definitely. It was founded by Andrew Biggio. He goes by Andy Biggs, and he's a young Marine who.
Semper Fi, my brother.
He's a young Marine who started working as one of those reps in the town hall.
Okay.
So he was doing that. He was one of those
counselor man, or council, or select men, or something like that.
No. The ones who what your cousin does.
Oh, he was a veteran service officer.
Yes, that's what. That's
oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah, so he was doing that in Saugus, and he just got recently hired as a police officer.
Oh,
so now
good for him.
He's in the academy.
Congratulations.
He's in the academy right now. But
that's right. You did mention that to me briefly last week. Yeah.
So he started that, and he saw the need, and that. And
did he start this while he was a veteran service officer during that time?
Yes.
He had that. Wow, man.
Yeah, no, this guy was busy. Yeah, he was very busy. He was doing all that, and on top of that, he was no life at all. And I just joined him about 2.5 years ago.
Good for him. It just shows the quality of person, and it speaks volumes of the man he is.
Exactly. He's a great guy, and I started working for the organization. When I mean working is volunteering. About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the reason why I saw the good that he was doing.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to his name is Andy Kingsland. He's another veteran who lost his leg.
Yeah.
And
tell us about that.
He lost his leg in combat, and this gentleman, we had a party recently to raise funds for this upcoming event.
Sure. Yep.
And he was telling me, he's like, you know what, the VA, all right, they provide me with health care, they provide me with therapy, the government provides me with, disability pay. However, me getting this modified trike provides me with wind therapy.
Oh,
he calls it wind therapy.
Wind therapy.
And he's like, me having the ability to ride motorcycles, me having the ability to go out there on my own.
Let me go back here for 2 seconds, Marvin, if I can. Explain to him, because a lot of the viewers are going to be watching. They're going to be like, okay, we went from a gentleman that was lost his legs to wind therapy. But tell us a little bit about that transformation from when he lost his legs to actually getting back on the road. Because a lot of people are talking about wind therapy right now, and what we're talking about is a motorcycle. This guy, if I'm not mistaken, please jump in anytime. The Boston Wounded Vet Run, for this particular gentleman, you raised money on run to be able to modify a motorcycle for this individual. Is that the case?
There's motorcycles there. They have regular motorcycles that are 2 wheels, and then there's the trikes that already come with two wheels in the back and one in the front. Yeah. So what? And still, you have to use your legs on that.
Sure, because you have your
you have to shift. So what we do is we get them brand new from Harley. We get a brand new from Harley. We spend the money.
You get a brand new Harley Davidson
trike
from the proceeds that come from your run.
Yes.
All that goes to that, not buying a motorcycle, but modifying the motorcycle.
Buying it and modifying.
And modifying
yes.
it.
Nice. So we spend. You can imagine
about 30 grand.
easily 30 grand
on modifications like that.
Yeah, we get a good discount from Harley.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. So they were big supporters for us overseas. You remember?
Yes.
They had all kinds of shops everywhere. But.
So what he does, like I said, we get him for a really good discount, and then we spend the rest of the money modifying it. And a lot of the times, what we do is we modify the actual motorcycle even farther. We put their unit. We put a Purple Heart on the tank.
Nice.
You know,
so not just modifying the clutches and the shift lever and whatnot, but you personalize it a little more with the actual units, or you give it a good quality paint job, which I mean, it could be $2,000-$3,000 by the time you're done. But paint job alone.
Exactly, and on top of that, a lot of that's donated or it's partially, largely discounted because of they know that we work with certain people who are huge veteran supporters, and because of that, we're able to make this happen with a small budget.
So what I'm listening a little bit more is that you obviously you're partnering up with Harley Davidson, obviously because they play a big pivotal part in this. But what other corporate companies or agencies are teaming up with you all to make this happen?
Well, that right here, hold on. Italian American
war veterans, Post 6 E, East Boston. Post 6 East Boston. Okay.
Now they're huge contributors. There's the BFW Post that I'm telling you about.
Yeah.
They help us out tremendously with everything. Yes, they do. They help us out tremendously, and a lot of the members there are actually the board members, and for Boston Wounded Vet Run.
Really?
Yes. Nice. So we have a lot of people who actually donate, but just recently we were awarded the 501c3.
Correct. And
so
yes, which is huge, because now you guys can go out there and actually get funding legally.
Yeah, and before that we just had contributions.
Donations coming from civilians.
Small donations. And just recently we got we've been getting large donations.
Good.
And just
having that 501c3 is a huge part of it. It's huge.
The thing about it,
you could go after now federal grants too as well, and state grants as well. Even local municipalities, like we have, and I'm sorry to cut you off, I know you were thinking something. We have here locally a community developed block grant that we were lucky to be part of and be a recipient of $15,000 to the city of Lawrence through this new administration, Mayor Dan Rivera and his staff, and the Lawrence Community Development. We've talked and worked with Susan Fink, Marisol Cone, and Jim Barnes. So we were part. Again, we were a recipient. So, but because we wouldn't have done that otherwise, that first year we couldn't really go after that grant because we didn't have the status,
Exactly.
And now we do. So I think that there's just going to be great things in the future.
And that's the great part. That's the great part about it. Before we couldn't go up for those big grants, and even big donations, because obviously they weren't tax deductible. Now, because it's a 501c3 nonprofit, a lot of people can donate and write it off as a donation.
At the year.
So that's
one of the things that I like to do: bring individuals in with other organizations, because I'm not here to compete with your dollars, man. That's not me. I think you know me for the little bit of time that you know me. I'm not here to compete for your dollars. There's a huge pie out there and everybody can stick their finger into it. So I think that bringing on other companies, other organizations, and such as you, so that our viewers can learn about other organizations, I mean, it's just phenomenal. That's just giving our viewers or the veterans out there just a bigger outlet. You know what I mean? And so, any other veterans organizations that you guys affiliate yourself with, or other than the VFW?
Well, I'm actually
Besides New England Veterans Liberty House now.
Well, I'm working with something with Military Friends Foundation. They're actually partnering up with the VA, and they're the ones who do the Tough Ruck and with the Boston Marathon.
Is that ruck that you just did?
Yes.
How many miles was that?
That's 26.2.
All right, we just came in. You were barely walking, so
but
you're not seeing it right now because he's like has a nice cozy chair. But I actually was just gonna call a tow truck to just bring him in because he was not walking very well. So what was that about?
Well, that one was yesterday. That was another.
Okay.
That was a half
Yesterday.
marathon yesterday.
Let me ask you this: how many miles have you rocked in the last month and a half?
Month and a half, 26.2, and a 13.
Okay,
So-
great. So it was just those
two marathons, two actual marathons. There was another one, Carry the Fallen, and that one is for another
Yeah.
501c3, and what that is basically it.
You were doing that walk for
It
another
was a Bruck.
agency?
Yeah, for another one.
Is that the one? I'm gonna throw you out there, but I have to. I'm sorry, man. I got a lot of love for you and a lot of respect. But is that the one that you just put a lollipop picture in your favorite? Is that big macho one? Yeah. Okay.
You know what?
You gotta go to Facebook, find it. You know, he's there. He's with a big tough rucksack and he battle gear down, and he has a lollipop in his mouth. Yes, go check that out.
But you know what? You know what? For a person,
Sorry, man.
for a person that has a lollipop in the mouth, and they look badass. So you know what? you can call it what you will.
All right.
But
Well, yeah, true.
that was
True.
that- I think
everybody will have their own perception of it.
that
so.
was mile 24. So I was, you know, I couldn't even smile at that time. I was just like, you know what? They just get it. Let's go. Let's get it down.
That was a good one, though.
But that was actually a very good organization. That one is for
Yeah.
it's called Active Heroes, and what they do is
What they do?
they raise awareness for PTSD, and they have, because you know a lot of people don't know that, but there's 22 veterans a day that commit suicide.
Yes.
You know, it's huge.
Very few people know that.
Yeah, very few people know that.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that that number is such a big number compared to the actual veteran
Yes.
community. You have
Well, I just told you earlier. Remember, the only
Exactly.
1%
So-
of the population wore the uniform. For this country.
exactly, and then we have that 1%, and we're taking 22 a day.
Yeah, it's huge.
And then-
it's huge. It's huge. No matter
We
how
lost-
you slice it, it's huge.
We lost more soldiers to suicide than we lost in combat.
Yeah.
So, that right there by itself, that's huge. That's such a huge number. And what we're doing is
big.
we've rocked for them. We do the Boston Marathon route there too.
And you do that for
Active
the
Heroes.
passing and the living, or
Well, that
is it
one's
just
that was
the-
for particular passing and the living. We're gonna part of the protest to that actually going to a retreat in Kentucky where all the veterans could go out there and actually
Hang out for the
hang
weekend.
out,
Yeah.
hang out for the weekend.
Just-
So it's for a veterans retreat.
have a little bit of war stories going on.
Exactly. And then on top of that, we have a lot of Gold Star mothers who
Let's
actually
not forget our Gold Star mothers and Gold Star fathers. They also been through a lot. So
that's where I met the first soldier that I carry now. His name is Sergeant Michael T. Franklin, and his mother's Beverly Franklin, and I I met her at mile 10. We stopped at BFW post. She told a story about her son, and I didn't realize this, but I never met the gentleman. I never met Sergeant Franklin. So she starts talking about it, and I go up to her, and I was like, I wanted to give her a hug. She told me such a story, and I got emotional, and I was like, I just want to give her a hug.
Yep.
And then
just doing that, putting your arms
Yep.
around her, I guarantee you that she got it.
She did. And then I go up to her and I see like this little pin on her shirt. What is that? She's like, oh, that's my son's unit. I'm like, okay. What unit was he in? First Cav. No way. First Cav? Oh, I was First Cav. In Fort Hood? Yes, in Fort Hood. I was in Fort Hood.
No.
What brigade? Second brigade. I was Second Brigade. Where did he go? When did he go to Iraq? 2009. I was with them in 2009. We were in the same unit. Never met the guy.
I don't
In
believe
Fort
in
Hood.
coincidences, buddy.
In Fort Hood, okay?
Yeah.
Iraq in the same place.
Don't believe in coincidences.
We come back and I meet
the mom.
the
of one of
mom
the fellow
in
soldiers that you-
Massachusetts, out of all
Brooklyn.
places.
Yep.
And then she had this cross with the picture of her son, and right on the cross,
Yeah.
and it's it told the story, kind of a short brief story
Summary of what
Yes.
they went through.
And I told her, I was like, you know what, it'll be an honor for me to carry Michael. To her, that was not a cross, that was her son.
Sure.
That she was carrying.
Sure. Because it's identifying who that individual was. They don't look at it. All people, when they go up there and they see, a say on your T-shirt, they see a picture. You know, it means so much more to that individual than just being a T-shirt.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? This is how they're keeping that individual's memory alive.
Exactly.
You know?
So that's, you know,
I gotta say, you know, I'm compelled to just say, you know, to the Gold Star moms and Gold Star fathers, I salute you. I appreciate you and understand your sacrifice because, you know, so many times we've been doing here in the state of Massachusetts. They do a really, really good job at identifying Gold Star mothers, but we don't talk about it enough.
We don't.
You don't want to talk about
Because,
it.
I
So
mean,
thank you for bringing that up.
I mean, like I said, a lot of times.
And Gold Star fathers.
Exactly. And, you know, we don't think about the families that, you know, are left behind. We remember the soldiers. We care
now,
for them.
that was part of a run for, not Boston Wounded Vet Run, but it was, another organization that helps out the community and our veterans. I mean, you know, we don't know about, there's so many nonprofit organizations out there that are providing veterans. And a lot of citizens out there, they want to help. They just don't know how to go about it.
Exactly.
And I think it's going to be up to us to educate them a little bit and guide them a little bit to get to those locations. And volunteering is a huge part of this. We can't do it ourselves. We can't. I wish that I could have more of my brothers and sisters donate some time for this cause, because I want to tell you, it's profoundly rewarding, and it's like in the process of helping another, you're going to be healing yourself. And I'm not a psychology major, that's this gentleman there, but I think you will agree with me that when you're doing stuff for others and expecting nothing in return, I think it's just, again, say it again, profoundly rewarding. And I challenge a lot of you younger generations out there, please give us a call. My number is 978-258-2331. That's our office number. You can visit us at www.nevlh.org. I don't know if you have a telephone number or
we do,
website. Please share with the crowd.
Website is theyfoughtweride.com. And I actually I do put my number out there, my own personal number, because you know what? I do receive a bunch of phone calls, and I don't mind it. And
neither do I.
I don't mind it. And my number is 617-820-4933. And we talk about donations, or anyone, like I said, even veterans that might want to talk anything that they have issues with, or even if they want to be part of us, you know, feel free to give me a call. Or even join us. This actually Saturday, May 9th, we have the Boston Wounded Vet Run. We're expecting over 4,000 motorcycles.
Wow.
4,000 motorcycles. If you haven't rode I
have rode at least, I think, my largest ride, I think, was about 100 in my largest ride, and that was impressive. And I loved the cohesiveness and the ride, and
it's amazing.
And it's not that too. We did a run and going through cities, man, where you see a lot of individuals stopping at a drop of a dime to let you by.
Well, this year,
cool.
I mean, every year that we've done it, it's that we have a police escort the whole time. We go 40 miles. We start in Boston Harley, and we also, you know, put kickstands up and we ride out. We don't stop. We don't stop for red lights. We don't stop for stop signs, because we police escorted the whole time. Wow. And every time that we get through, it's such an amazing feeling, because we have families out there that are standing there
all along the sides.
Yeah,
right?
along the sides, and
that's cool.
You know, with the flags. We didn't even have sometimes. A lot of the cities they're very huge supporters, and they have the 2 fire trucks backed up to each other, hanging with
the American flag.
Yep, with the American flag.
Pretty cool.
And you're riding through that, and you just get chills as you're going through it.
As you're going through. Yeah, it brings you back. It brings you back to a lot of stuff. So that's this Saturday you were talking about.
Yes,
so that's going to be about 4,000 riders, you said?
4,000 plus.
Wow.
4,000 plus.
That's a lot of riders, man.
And
you do it in what time? And where do you go from what point A to point Z?
We go from Boston Harley and Revere. They used to be in Everett, but they moved to Revere. So we start there, and we're gonna ride out through about 6 different towns, and we're gonna end up in Suffolk Downs and Revere/East Boston, because that area that's kind of funky.
Listen, we're running out of time, Marvin. First of all, it's been a pleasure having you here, man. You're my brother at arms. I met you and I got your number, so you can't get away from me easy now. But and I know that we're going to be doing great things together, man. I just have a feeling. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everybody paths each other's cross for a reason. It's what you do and how you reach out to that individual and take advantage of why you know, again, I'm not a religious person, but I am spiritual, as to why you cross my path or why I cross your path. There's got to be a reason.
We're gonna do some great things together, man.
I think we are. I think we are. We got a little bit of time left, but I want you to talk directly to them, or me, whichever you like, about, you know, the organization that you so obviously love and enjoy working with. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about the upcoming events. Besides that, where can people go to donate? How people could go and call. I know it's a lot at one time. How people could go and donate some of their time as well.
Okay, main thing is you want to go to theyfoughtweride.com.
Yeah.
And you go there, you can make donations, you can buy stuff, you know, you can buy this supplies, basically the shirts, we have coins, we have numerous different items that you can buy.
In the website?
Yes, on the website. Good. So, and, you know, you don't say not 100%, but vast majority of the proceeds.
98% of it.
98%.
Even if it's 75%, it's still good, which a lot of organizations out there not doing.
So the vast majority of the proceeds go to helping out these veterans.
Yeah.
We have different events coming up, like the one I organized personally is Boston Wounded Veterans 5K and 10K. This year we're adding an addition of a 10K, and that was going to be in Gloucester this year. It's going to be October 3rd. If you want to go check or register for that one, you're going to go to RaceWire and look up, you know, Boston Wounded Veterans Race. And I'm personally putting that one together.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a beautiful thing.
What's the registration fee for that?
That one is $30, and if you want a T-shirt, it's an extra $10. We don't charge a lot.
Sure.
But and if you can also, if you want to take the challenge, where there's a lot of people that are competitive, you can do the 5K or 10K, or you can take the 15K challenge.
Oh, the same day?
That same day, it's back to back. We start at 10 a.m.
Hey, I am. I was going, sure, I'll volunteer. I'm like, yeah.
Listen,
I'll volunteer to give out water.
Listen, that's fine. We need that. We need that. We need all the volunteers.
I'll put out the bottles out there. You know, you guys grab them as you come along.
And what I do is at the end, once everybody's done, I put my ruck on and I go do.
So you do the 5. You want to come back and do the 10.
Yep.
Start the
That's an hour later.
10. And then when you've done that,
two different start times. 10 a.m. we have the 5K, and I'm sure within an hour, even the walkers that we have people walking. Last year, I got to tell you, that was, you know, our first year that we had the 5K, and it was amazing. We had it in Breakheart, and Breakheart is not an easy course, very hilly. We had veterans out there that, you know, were with disabilities. We had this one female on crutches. She did it. She did it. The whole thing.
Wow, what inspiring, huh?
And as soon as she came, I got chills, and I just hugged her, because I was, you know, just like any good leader, I was out there at the finish line greeting everybody.
Yeah, sure. And just a little bit of morale boost, you know what I mean? To see someone up there that started and it's not just at the end giving up, or not giving up, but, you know, packing it up and going home. Anything else you want to share, because we're going to be running out of time here, but anything else that you might want to share?
Basically, go to They Fought We Ride, and if you have time, if you're around, you can actually go to the Suffolk Downs. If you don't ride, even if you don't ride, you can go up there. We have a party where, you know, we have food, we have different vendors, we have free, we have music, and that's where we're gonna see all the veterans. You're gonna see everybody that we're actually helping out this year. That's one of the biggest things that I like about this organization. You see where the money goes. You will see these veterans at this ride that
firsthand.
Yeah,
firsthand. Who's actually getting the reward. So Marvin, I gotta go. We gotta get out of here, but
good deal,
man. You're my brother for life.
Love you, man.
Thank you all for tuning in. Again, don't forget, save the date, August 14th, August 15th. We're going to have a Lawrence Veterans Benefit Fair. And like I always say before I sign off, go out there and make a difference in someone's life today. Thank you.